The 3 habits that have made me over 100K from photography. We're not talking ice baths or waking up at 5 a.m. and running 10 miles. These are simple enough that anyone can implement and see massive results from them. Even if you're not a photographer, these 3 habits will transform your life. My name is Chris Pieta and I teach creative business and product photography. Alright, I sat down and made a list of all the habits I do on a daily or weekly basis. It was a long list, but from that list I was able to find 3 overarching themes that these habits fall under. How this video will work is that I'll walk you through these big 3 habits and then show you the mini habits under each one. Eliminating distractions is incredibly important when you want to get stuff done. Focused work on one task is going to yield huge results compared to distracted work or multitasking. Like I mentioned, these 3 habits I talk about are more like overarching principles that encompass the smaller habits that I do. Don't worry, I'll tell you the specific actions you need to take to implement these at the end of each section of the video. Eliminating distractions allows you to get into a flow state in your work. If you've ever been in this state, you know how much more work you're able to crank out when you're in flow. This flow state allows your brain to devote all its energy to the one task at hand. But when your phone is buzzing on your desk, that eats away at this flow state. When your music stops on Spotify and you need to change it, that takes you out of flow. When you see an email notification pop up and you start thinking about that client and how you need to follow up with them, well, you guessed it, that takes you out of flow. Becoming focused and efficient at your work is going to be critical on your entrepreneurial journey. The more you can output during work, the more money you'll make. When you worked a salaried 9 to 5, you probably didn't care to be super efficient all the time since you were never rewarded for it. Now, as your own boss, everything changes. How do we eliminate distractions? 2 ways. The first thing to do is to eliminate things that you react to, like your phone buzzing with a notification. Put your phone and computer on Do Not Disturb mode so that people and apps don't eat up at your attention. Constantly having notifications go off will take you out of that flow state we talked about. Second, you need to increase the activation energy for you to get distracted. You need to make it hard for yourself to go on Instagram or check your email. The harder it is, the less likely you'll do it, and the more focused you can be at the task at hand. Personally, I have my phone in another room, so I can't check social media while I'm at my desk. This alone will transform your productivity. I also use an app called Freedom that blocks distracting websites and can be used to block your email as well. I'll link to this and everything I talk about below. With the Freedom app, even if you're tempted to check your email, it won't let you. If you want to shop on Amazon, Freedom will block you from doing so. Blocking websites might sound extreme, but it works. It lets you focus on the task at hand and get into that flow state. Finally, I want to talk about music. This is when I started doing this year. When I really want to focus on something, I no longer use Spotify to listen to artists that I like. There's more distractions than you think that come from this. Singing along with songs that you like, switching playlists when it ends, skipping bad songs, these are all distractions. Use something like Endel or Brain FM for continuous music that helps you focus. I also like using multi-hour long house or techno playlists on YouTube. Those are great too. Eliminating distractions comes down to a few things. If you're going to do anything I talked about here, put your phone in another room while you work. This will be huge. On top of this, enable Do Not Disturb mode, download a website blocker like Freedom, and use Endel for playlists. If you're new to creative business, there's a free checklist in the description that will ensure that you get started on the right foot. Alright, so now you've got all this focused attention. What do you do with it? Habit number 2 is eliminating the need to think of what to do next. When you're in that flow state and you finish a task, you should be able to jump right into the next task with very little thinking. How do you accomplish this? First, you need to know what your big picture goals are. Let's say you want to grow a YouTube channel. Great goal to have. You need to break that down into small digestible chunks. If you sit down to work and see your goal is grow my YouTube channel, that doesn't give you any action steps that you can do. It doesn't eliminate the need to think of what to do next. That's what we're after right now. So that big goal of growing my YouTube channel can be broken down into publish a video every week. Okay, we're getting more specific. What does a video need? We need a script. Our task can be write a YouTube script. But that's still a little vague. When you sit down to do this, you'll still need to think of what to write that script about. Make it super specific, like write a YouTube script for my 3 habits video. All right, perfect. There we have the tasks that allow us to do a couple hours of work. We know exactly what needs to get done, so now it's just time to get to work. Some more tasks for this same goal can be create 2 different thumbnails for my habits video, create 3 different titles for my habits video, record the 3 habits video script, edit my habits video, watch the video to review for any mistakes. Alright, so we've got a long to-do list already, and that'll take us through almost an entire day of work. This is exactly what you want. You want to be able to plan out your tasks ahead of time so that when you sit down to work, you can just jump from task to task without getting out of that flow state that we set ourselves up for. Now you're probably saying, well, we still need to plan out all the tasks. When do we do that? That still takes a lot of time. Planning out your day the night before is crucial. The night before is when your day actually starts. Staying organized and knowing what you need to do next will allow you to be the most efficient with your time. By doing this at the end of your day, it lets you write down all the tasks you weren't able to finish and take those thoughts from your head and put them on a to-do list so you can clear your head for the evening and not think about what you need to do the next day while you're falling asleep. Doing this the night before also removes all the activation energy from actually getting work done the next day. When you wake up in the morning, you can make some coffee and get right to that first task on your to-do list. A quick side note here, when you wake up in the morning, never check your phone first thing. Give yourself at least an hour to wake up with your own thoughts and not the world bombarding you with notifications from Instagram. So we've eliminated the need to think of what to do next because we have clear goals with action steps that we can take that we planned out the night before. I like to plan in a journal and a to-do list, but the medium here isn't that important. Real quick, if you're getting any value so far, please drop a like below. We know what we need to do, we know how to do it with our focused work. How do we ensure that we keep this going all day long? How do we ensure our bodies and minds are at peak performance? It's going to come down to how you maximize your energy levels and find the motivation to work when you don't want to. You already know what tasks you need to do, and you've set yourself up for success by eliminating distractions. Time to actually do the work. There's a lot of different little things here that I do. I'll try and touch on the important ones that I think help me the most. Number one, you know this already, it's good sleep. Get enough sleep every night. Sleep in a dark, quiet room, get a good mattress, go to bed at a similar time every night, and you'll do fine. If you struggle with sleep, I'll link to a great video below that you can check out. It's 30 minutes long, and it'll transform the way you sleep. Another one is meditation. I used to meditate every day for 15 minutes. I don't do that anymore. I still try and get a couple minutes in, but honestly, that's just to keep the streak going that I have on my phone. So I use Headspace to meditate, and right now I'm at 477 days, as you can see right there. Most of last year, this was those 15-minute sessions, but this year it's mainly just 2 minutes just to clear my head at the end of the day. I know for sure meditation will make you a more calm person. I don't know if it'll help with focus as much. You don't need to meditate by sitting down and breathing. You can do all sorts of different meditations like going on long walks, runs, working out, just anytime you're alone focused on your thoughts. Okay, this next one is really important. It's exercise. Fitness has always been an important part of my life. I've done Olympic weightlifting, I've done long distance triathlons, but recently I've scaled down the intensity, and as a result, I've had higher energy levels. I try and get in 30 minutes of exercise each day. This is either lifting, running, or biking. I found that the 30 to 45 minute sweet spot is where I actually feel more energized throughout the day because of that exercise. If you already exercise, you probably know this, but if you don't, just try 10 minutes of physical activity a day and work your way up from there. Your business will thank you. Next, we've got diet. This works for me and it keeps my energy high throughout the day. Your mileage may vary here. Right when I wake up, I drink a green shake from Athletic Greens and a cup of coffee, and this gets me going right away. I've got the nutritional insurance from those greens to stay healthy and some caffeine to get me started. 2 hours after that, I'll have a Red Bull that has some sugar in it so that I can fuel my workout. I work out and have a protein shake with about 50 grams of protein, and if my workout was a sweaty run, I'll consume some electrolytes to get my salt levels back to normal. Around 1 p.m. is where I have my first meal. Usually it's a few eggs or a bagel, maybe a protein bar and some meat sticks or jerky. I found that keeping my lunch protein heavy doesn't give me an afternoon crash, so I'm able to keep working through the afternoon on most days without any hiccups. Dinner, it varies a lot. Sometimes it's DoorDash, sometimes I cook. If I want to be unhealthy, it's going to be at dinner. Dinners are less healthy than lunches for me because if my energy tanks after dinner, I'm usually done working for the day, so that's fine. As far as alcohol goes, this stuff is really bad for getting work done. Weeknights, I never drink. If I want to unwind with a beer, I'll have an Athletic Brewing non-alcoholic IPA. Alcohol affects sleep, and even just 1 or 2 will have some effect on you the next morning. That is how I maximize my energy levels so I can focus. Weekends are pretty similar to weekdays with some differences in sleep and diet, but I try and stay consistent on that. Finally, let's talk about motivation. You've solved the distraction problem, you know all the tasks that you need to do, and you've got the energy for them. Now, how do you stay motivated to keep doing them every day? Practicing gratitude each day has been a huge motivator for me. Each morning and evening, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. I am extremely fortunate to be where I am in life. I have a roof over my head with running water. I have a loving girlfriend. I'm able to work towards my dream every single day. I wake up fully healthy each day. I have the ability to run. Some of these things sound simple, but there are a lot of people in this world with none of this. By writing down each day what I'm grateful for, it shifts my perspective and makes me realize how good I have it. When I don't want to work, I shift my perspective and realize how privileged I am to actually work. I'm grateful that I don't need to worry about where I'm going to sleep tonight. So whatever the work issue is that I'm having, it's nothing compared to that worry some people have. I'm grateful for every single day. Every day is a gift and another chance to be the best version of yourself. It's not guaranteed that you'll wake up tomorrow. And while that may sound morbid, it's important to spend each day living life and doing what you want to do. There are a lot of things here that you can implement, and it's taken me years and years to implement all of these. Just start with one from this video and see how much just one thing will help. Over time, add in more. Eliminate distractions, eliminate the decision-making process and what you need to do next, and increase your energy levels, and you will be successful as a creative entrepreneur. My name is Chris Pieta, and I will see you in the next one.